Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I'm your instructor, Richard Rost. Today we are continuing to work on the account balances database. This is part 4 of I don't know how many to come. But if you haven't watched parts 1 through 3 yet, go watch them now. You'll find links down below. Today we're going to recalculate our actual balance if the user changes any of the other things over here, pending or the balance reported, all that stuff. Okay? So when these are changed, it'll update this calculation and update the date here so you know when you checked this information. All right, we're going to requery it in place, and we're going to create an event handler to handle that, so we don't have to have lots and lots of VBA code that's redundant. We'll do some other stuff, like we're going to add the pending balance to the actual balance. So when you go to check your credit card, for example, you got 1,600 posted, 400 is pending. You go the next day, that 400 posts, you just double click here and it moves it over there. That's all, real easy. Then we're going to work on our tab stops. We're going to work on some conditional formatting and some other cool stuff today. So a lot of housekeeping stuff today. So get ready, here we go. Before we get started, there are 2 other videos I'd like you to watch first. One is on event handler functions. That's this guy right here, right? That way you can make one function and just call it like that in the event property instead of having to make separate VBA code routines for each thing you want to do. So go watch this. I'll be using these today. And go watch this video on requery in place, because when you do a requery, right, it'll recalculate the stuff, but then it requeries the whole list. So if you're down here, it pops you back up to the first one. Requery in place lets that happen without moving the focus, without changing anything. So definitely go watch this video. This is a good one, folks. I like this one. These are both free videos. They're on my website. They're on my YouTube channel. Go watch those and then come on back. All right, welcome back. So I'm going to start off by opening up my database. There we go. And you'll see that in the last class, in the extended cut, we made it so we can automatically relink our company file right here. So I'm going to switch back to company A, because you guys ain't seeing all my data, right? I actually haven't put that much in yet. But let's continue working on our account page. Now, this actual field over here is calculated, right, based on adding these 4 things up. So what I want to do is, anytime this is updated, like if I put a 5 in here, okay, as soon as I hit tab, I want that to requery. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to requery in place. We're not just going to do a full requery, because that'll, resort and reorganize everything. So we're going to do the requery in place from the prerequisite that I mentioned. And we're going to make that an event handler function, which is one of the other prerequisites I mentioned. I can't talk today because I don't want to have tons and tons of code in my VBA. So we're going to go into design view. We're going to go to the forms code module. You can get there a bunch of different ways. I made a button up here on my quick launch toolbar to view code. That puts me right in here. Okay. But you can get to that any way you want to. Go to design view. Go over here. It's on the form design page too. There's a button right there. It looks like little pieces of candy, right? View code. But you can just come in here and any one of these, like onload ... It puts you right into the code module. This is why I put this button up here, because I go in here a lot. All right. So we're gonna make our own function in here, a public function if you want. That's fine. Because you could have other forms call this function if you want to later on. But we'll just call it public function. I'll make it DoRecalc. Okay. Now, whenever you update one of those, first I want to update the date updated value so I know how old this data is. So date updated, that's my field, equals today's date. Yeah, you could put now in there if you care, if you want it to the minute, like, oh, I updated this at 3 p.m. I just care about days, honestly. I want to make sure that I do my important accounts daily, my not so important accounts weekly, and the ones I really don't care about, I check at least once a month. And we're going to have this update with some conditional formatting too. All right, and when that's done, we're going to say me.recordset.requery, and you get that beep there. I don't know why, but you do. And that doesn't come up in the IntelliSense, but that's the way that you requery it in place. Watch that other event handler video, or excuse me, the event. I can't talk today. I haven't had enough coffee yet this morning, folks. The requery in place video will explain what this does in a lot more detail. Okay, now we're going to use DoRecalc as an event handler function. So save this, come back out here. We're going to pick the fields that we want to have do that if their value is changed. So this guy, hold down the shift key, this guy, and this guy. Those 4 fields. If those are changed, I want to recalculate the balance and set the date update. So in the after update event, we're going to go equals, whoops, wrong thing, equals DoRecalc, open, close parentheses. Okay, I'll zoom in so you can see it better. That's it. That's our function that we just created, right? I'm also going to put that in the on double click, because what I like to do is if I open up an account and like the balance hasn't changed since the last time, I don't want to have to retype it, but I want that date to update to indicate that I checked it today. So I'm just going to quickly double click on the credit or one of these fields, and it will update that as well. Okay. So save it, close it, open it. All right. Now, if I come in here and put in a 15 and hit tab, boom, look at that. It requeried the calculation, right? The actual value changed and the date got updated. See? Tab, 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 tab. And while I'm thinking about it, let's change the tab order. Or not the tab order, the tab stops. I only want to cycle through 1, 2, 3, 4 fields, right? Because I want to go tab, 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 come down to the next one as I'm typing, right? Do that, come down to the next one. So I'm going to go into here, design view. I'm going to select all of these, go to other, and set tab stop to no. Then I'm going to select just the ones that I want to make tab stop. Those 4 right there, we'll set tab stop to yes. I don't need to tab to here because I can't change it. Don't need to tab to here. You can still click here if you want to change it manually. That's fine. All right, you can still click here and change the account name. But on a regular basis every day, I'm only going to cycle between these 4 things. And while I'm at it, I'm going to take actual balance, and I'm going to make the background color gray, just to signify to the user that you can't change that. That's calculated. Okay, see, now we're sitting right there. Tab, 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 tab. Perfect. And while I'm also at it, let's put that conditional formatting on the date here. So design view. I want this date to display different ways based on how old the information is. All right, so click on it, format, conditional formatting. Okay, new rule. If field value is, let's go greater than or equal to today's date, equals date, like that. Then we'll set it equal to a nice green color that's easy to view. Not quite that. Let's go like there. No, a little bit less. All right. Not in your face, just a nice light gray. Maybe even a little less than that. Yeah, I'm picky. Let's go here. Be all right there. That says you're good. Perfect. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Hold on. Hang on. Maybe we just need that. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't need that equal. There you go. All right. Apply it. Hit OK. All right. So that one's good. It was checked today. And you know what? Let's bold it too. Come back in here. Click. Format. Additional formatting. This guy. Open it up. Let's bold that. All right. Now, next one. If it's less than 7 days old. Okay. So new rule. Field value is less than date minus, or other way, sorry, greater than, my bad, greater than date minus 7. So that means it's not quite a week old. All right. We'll give that one a light green, but no bolding. So it'll look like that. That's good. All right. So greater than or equal to today's date. That means it's current. Greater than 7 days ago. We'll get that color. Let's do the other ones too. Let's do if it's less than a month. Let's go 30 days. It's easier to deal with 30 days than it is to deal with months and stuff. So field value is greater than, we'll say date minus 30 days ago. This one will be yellow. Like, yo, dude, check it, you know. Been a while. Put that yellow right there. Okay, that looks good. All right, and the last one will be is the value is less than or equal to date minus 30. So new one. We'll go date value is less than or equal to date minus 30. This one will get red. I'm going to go deep red with this one. You'll know. You need to check this. All right. Okay. All right. Current, less than a week, more than a week, but not quite a month, and then a month old. Apply. Hit OK. Close it. Save it. Open it. And let's put some sample dates in here to check. Let's make this one from 7/1. Okay. That's 16 days old. That's good. Let's make, and of course my tab order, I can't tab to it. Let's make this one 6/1, 30 days old. Perfect. Okay. And of course now I check my Amex Platinum. The balance is the same. I haven't paid it, right? All right, so I can just double click on this guy and it resets the value. Looks good. And yeah, we can sort this stuff by whatever. You want to see which ones are, sort by newest to oldest. Then you can come down here and see which ones you got to check. Go back to your original sort. Okay. Shout out to one of my moderators on the website, Kevin. He caught the fact that if a user deletes this, right, that throws an error now. So what we're going to do is we're going to say if this ends up null, we're going to set it to 0. Okay, and we can do that in our recalc thing here. All right. We can just check all 4 of those fields. So right here, if is null credit, then credit equals 0. If is null balance, then balance equals 0. If is null pending, then balance equals 0. And you know what? I wasn't paying attention before because this transaction value is going to be calculated. So that's my bad. Yeah, that comes out of the transaction table. So that just means we don't need events on it. So we're going to get rid of this and this. And we're going to make it have that gray background. That was me not thinking. I was too busy thinking of the task at hand. And this doesn't have to be a tab stop too now. So other tab stop. Okay. And kudos to those of you who caught that at the beginning. Sometimes my brain doesn't turn on until halfway through a video. And I wouldn't have caught that if I didn't look at my notes and see that Kevin found that thing. Okay, now put a 0 back in there. Let's put 0 in pending. And now it puts it back to a 0. See? If the credit is 0 here, we don't get an error message. Beautiful. One more thing I like to do with pending. Okay. This is a little more tricky. Sometimes what happens is, okay, so let's say you log onto your credit card company website, like Amex there, okay, and you got $1,200 as your balance, $400 of the charges that haven't posted yet. All right, you didn't make a payment today, so you go to the next day, because I don't make a payment every day, right? Usually like once or twice a week. And then, okay, so now that $400 from pending is going to show up cleared in your, or posted in your balance. So what I like to do is I like to double click here and have this get added to that. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say if the double click happens in this field, add it to the balance and make pending 0. So we'll need a custom double click event for pending. All right, so for pending events, on double click, we're not going to put DoRecalc there like that. We're going to go into ... We need a custom event. It's right down here. Don't forget after it, though, to do a DoRecalc. You can still call it like that here. But what I'm going to say here is, if I double-click on pending, I'm going to say credit equals credit plus pending. Pending equals 0, DoRecalc. All right, so take whatever that balance is, add it to the other one, and then 0 out pending. Okay, save it. And let's come back out here, close it, open it. All right, now let's say I'm going to move this pending over there. Double click. And it didn't work. What happened? Why didn't it work? Oh, duh. All right, did everybody catch the problem? Watch. Ready? Double click. You see what the problem is? I'm adding it in the wrong column. Why is my brain not working today? This is the worst I've been in a while. Balance, not credit, balance. Jeez. Okay. Balance equals balance. All right. I think I should just call it quits for the day. One more try. I got $400 sitting here and double click, and now that's 16. I think I put this back to 4,000. Okay. I think I need to go like get lunch or something because my brain's not firing on all cylinders. Okay, in the extended cut for the members, we're gonna fix my DoStartup routine, which I broke last week. I'll explain why in this video. We're gonna add back in that routine to check for linked tables. So if the user starts up the database and those back end tables are missing, it'll do that check for it. Otherwise, if not, you click the accounts button, it just throws up an error, which we try to avoid. So I decided I want to put that back in. And we're going to upgrade the status function so that if an error does exist, it'll put it here and make this red instead of a normal status message, which just leaves it gray. All right, that's all covered in the extended cut. Mostly housekeeping stuff and a few minor upgrades from last week, but I got to cover it, so here it is. Silver members and up get access to all the extended cut videos. Gold members can download my databases. There you go. So that will be your tech help video for today, part 4. I hope you learned something, my friends. Live long and prosper. I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and post any comments you may have below. I do try to read and answer all of them as soon as I can. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, which is completely free. Click the bell icon and select all to receive notifications when new videos are posted. Want to learn more? Click the Show More link below the video to find additional resources and links. YouTube does a pretty good job of hiding it. It's right down there. See this part of the description here, right? The name, the video's up here. There's a little Show More down there, right down the bottom. It's kind of hard to find. But once you click on that, you'll see a list of other videos, additional information related to the current topic, free lessons, and lots more. And YouTube no longer sends out email notifications when new videos are posted like they used to do. But if you'd like to get an email every time I post a new video, click on the link to join my mailing list. And you can pick how frequently to get emails from me, either as they happen, daily, weekly, or monthly. Now, if you'd like to become a paid member of my channel and receive all kinds of awesome perks, click on the Join button. You'll see a list of all the different membership levels that are available, each with its own special perks, including my extended cut videos, access to my code vault, lots of VBA source code in there, template downloads, and lots more. I'll talk more about these perks at the end of the video. Even if you don't want to commit to becoming a paid member and you'd like to help support my work, please feel free to click on the tip jar link. Your patronage is greatly appreciated and will help keep these free videos coming. I got some puppies to feed. But don't worry, no matter what, these free tech help videos are going to keep coming. As long as you keep watching them, I'll keep making more, and they'll always be free. Now, if you really want to learn Access and you haven't tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of Microsoft Access, including building forms, queries, reports, and more. It's over 4 hours long. You can find it on my website or on my YouTube channel. I'll put a link down below you can click on. And did I mention it's completely free? The whole thing, free, 4 hours. Go watch it. And okay, a lot of you have told me that you don't have time to sit through a 4-hour course. So I do now have a quicker Microsoft Access for Beginners video that covers all the basics faster in about 30 minutes. And no, I didn't just put the video on fast forward. But I'll put a link to this down below as well. Now, if you like level 1, level 2 is just $1. That's it, $1. And that's another whole 90-minute course. Level 2 is also free for paid members of any level, including supporters. So if you're a member, go watch level 2. It's free. Okay, want to get your question answered in a video just like this one? Visit my tech help page and send me your question there. Members get priority, of course. While I do try to read and respond to all of the comments posted below in the comments section, I only have time to go through them briefly a couple of times a month, and sometimes I get thousands of them. So send me your question here on the tech help page, and you'll have a better chance of getting it answered. And while you're on my website, be sure to stop by my Access forum. We've got lots of lively conversations about Microsoft Access and other topics. I have a fantastic group of moderators who help me answer questions. Shout out to Alex, Kevin, Scott, Adam, John, Dan, Juan, and everybody else who helps out on the site. I appreciate everything you do. I couldn't do it without you. Be sure to follow my blog, find me on Twitter, and of course on YouTube. Yeah, I'm on Facebook too, but I don't like Facebook. Don't get me started. Now, let's talk more about those member perks if you do decide to join as a paid member. There are different levels: silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. Silver members and up get access to all of my extended cut tech help videos, one free beginner class every month, and some other perks. Gold members get all the previous perks, plus access to download the sample databases that I build in my tech help videos, plus access to my code vault where I keep tons of different functions that I use, the code that I build in most of the videos. You'll also get higher priority if you do submit any tech help questions. Now, answers are never guaranteed, but you do go higher in the list for me to read them. And if I like your question, you got a good chance of it being answered. You'll also get one free expert level class each month after you've finished the beginner series. Platinum members get all the previous perks plus even higher priority for tech help questions. You get access to all of my full beginner level courses for every subject. And I cover lots of different subjects like Word, Excel, VBA, ASP, lots of different stuff, not just Access. These are the full-length courses found on my website. You get all the beginner ones. In addition, once you finish the expert classes, you get one free developer class per month. So lots of training. And finally, you can also become a Diamond sponsor. You'll have your name or your company name listed on a sponsors page that will be shown on each video as long as you're a sponsor. You'll get a shout out in the video and a link to your website or product in the text below the video and on my website. So that's it. Once again, my name is Richard Rost. Thank you for watching this video brought to you by accesslearningzone.com. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something today. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you again soon.